What's up, everybody? Here we go. My first little reading. Now, I just saw one of the most terrifying videos I've ever seen. And I think we all know what I'm talking about. Today is Friday, January 27th, 2023, and I just witnessed one of the worst police beatings caught on video that I've ever seen, even worse than Rodney King, I think, at least right there with it. And to think that it's still going on. How many years ago was Rodney King? A long time. I mean, I don't know offhand, but well over 20, I'm sure. It's still happening. And it's obvious it's not a racial thing. So why is it that the only group or organization organized enough to try to at least make a difference in this goes with a racial card? They lead with a racial card, I should say. Why? What is that getting you? It's not getting you anywhere, especially when black on black, right? Well, I'm white, and it happened to me, and by both black and white cops and deputies and every other kind of authority figure you could think of. I mean, it's not just the police, guys. It's everybody that's in a position to alter somebody's life just because they can. That's where the problem lies. And then they know they're going to get away with it because they got everybody else watching their backs, right? Well, don't you think it's time we all stopped watching people's back who would turn on us in a minute anyway? See something, say something. Doesn't that mean anything to the ones that are enforcing this law and trying to get us to say something? See something, say something. Yeah, we see police brutality at the worst. So, where is everybody? Why are we being divided still? Because this isn't a racial problem. This is a problem with people's egos. This is a problem within a system that is hundreds of years old or whatever. Maybe it's time for a real change, guys. And instead of, worrying about what the latest phone is and making sure you have it, or who's got nicer rims or sneakers or whatever, how about spending your time a little wiser and doing something to make a difference here? Anything. Just try. As some of you may know, I've crossed over a few times in life and come back. My heart stopped. Okay? I was dead. And it was more than once. So, in doing so, I think it kind of opened up my third eye, my heart chakra, and my mind to a lot of different things. But it's also gave me the ability to don't mock me on this, but the ability to see into the future sometimes, speak with spirits, the divine, source, God, whatever label you'd like to give it, be my guest. But there's undeniable proof that there's a lot more going on than we care to admit, and that there is a higher being that is all divine and all powerful. Maybe later down the road I will share with you guys the miracle that I watched happen in front of my eyes, and maybe you'll understand why I'm so passionate about this and why I feel like this is more of a reason for us to stand together than it is for us to be divided. So I'm going to do whatever I can to bring us together as a nation, a country, as a human race. Okay, nobody's better than anybody. We're different. That's obvious. But nobody's better. Nobody gets to get away with murder. Nobody gets to break the law and blame it on their enforcing the law. Nobody gets to look the other way and be a bystander because you're just as bad. Once we start enforcing that as a country and not just the local authorities, then change is going to happen. But history is repeating itself because nobody's doing anything different. Let that sink in for a second. Anyway, here is my first reading I'd like to do. This is going to be, I got a card backwards here already. Everything's facing one way, but there's one card. The Queen of Wands in reverse. Could mean nothing, could mean something. We're not going to really get into that. We're going to take a look at 3 cards. It's going to dictate whether or not the first card has my experience been kept alive and a secret at the same time for a bigger purpose in life, or in life. The middle card, the second card, I like to ask Spirit, is it going to help other people heal and see things differently than they do now? And the third and final card is going to be, what is my overall outcome, likely outcome for this insane amount of abuse I've been receiving from, you guessed it, people in authority. Okay? As I cut the deck, they say 9 of Cups upside down, 2 of Wands. Now, I'm very new to this, so don't make fun of me. But I'm going to cut the deck like I would in a poker. And we're going to just flip over 3 cards. I'll try to do this so you guys can see. That is the Knight of Swords, or the Page of Swords, basically. It's a crystal deck. The second card in the middle is Page of Cups. Wow. And the third overall outcome is the Knight of Wands. There's one thing you're never going to hear from me say, and that's, I can't make this up. There's enough people reading that say that already, and I kind of cringe a little bit. Sorry, but it's my pet peeve when it comes to readings. So what I'm feeling here is the first card was Page of Swords, right, upside down. And to me, this is truth being stopped from being told, basically. This was somebody, some force, some group, some organization, some family members have done whatever it takes to make sure that the truth doesn't come out. Okay? Page of Cups. Bringing a cup in the early stages like this, it's just, to me, it's a sign of giving others my perspective and my past experiences, that we all have these emotions, we all have feelings, and we all have free will. So I know, to me, free will means a lot. And I wish people would start using it a little bit more than allowing things to go on by not stepping in, saying something, doing something. It's disappointing because it is something we're all born with. And if we don't start using it, I'm afraid we're probably going to lose it, if you haven't already. Nobody wants to be a puppet. Nobody wants to do what somebody else is doing just because they said so, right? So why does it why does it go on with this police brutality and whatnot? Sorry, my battery's dying. So I'm going to wrap this up quicker. The Knight of Wands. I have no idea. It's not a card that I'm that familiar with. So what I'd like to do is just pull out my phone here and take a look, because I am new to this. Remember, I've been watching it a lot, but in the end, I am a newbie when it comes to card reading. So we're going to just straight up Google it if I can. We're going to see if I can get this to work. What does the Knight of Wands mean? It's listening just a moment. Oh, good. So I hope everybody's doing well out there. I hope you guys are keeping it together and keeping protests calm. The last thing we want is to give our country another black eye by having riots like we did for Rodney King in Memphis, or anywhere for that matter. So let's keep our cool and go about this the smart way. You know, we all have choice, man. We all have choices, and your choice to join in criminal activities and use this poor man's beating and death as an excuse for it, in my book, is pretty fucking pathetic. So don't do it. Alright. So this also all right, Knight of Wands. This is actually pretty wild. That the Knight of Wands is a card used in Latin suited playing cards, which included tarot decks. Tarot cards are used throughout. Okay, that's the basic shit. The key meanings. The key meanings of the Knight of Wands are challenge, determination, foreign travel, leadership, and unpredictability. Okay, I could see that. And on the first thing that popped up was divination usage. The questing knight. This man traditionally signifies travel and progress. This also refers to new ideas and inventions. He looks forward, intelligent and knowledgeable, and yet ready for battle and full of fire. The reverse meaning of the card is insecurity and fear of revealing one's true self. So I definitely don't have any fear. I think I've proven that. You can't scare somebody that's been to hell and back and then back down to hell a few times. The travel and progress is something that really stands out for me right now. I feel like I need to travel someplace in order to make a difference here. I don't think it's gonna happen in Florida, unfortunately. Not now, at least, the way things are. And this also refers to new ideas and inventions. Well, I do have some things that I think are worth discussing with the proper higher-uppers, whatever, proper people that are in place to make decisions or help make decisions like this. Because what we're doing now is not working. It's not working, obviously. There's no reason why that man was beat that way. No reason. I don't care what kind of excuses they come up with. I saw them at the end of the video making excuses and lying and saying he was trying to get away and all that. I mean, they literally let him up to the perfect height for one of those cowards to smash him with his baton. Okay? That's the same as hitting him. So, as humans, ask yourself, what if that was your son? What if that was your dad? What if that was your brother? How would you react to that? Would you just remain silent? Would you go rob a store? Would you grieve? Would you even care? Because some of you out there don't. It's time to make a difference, people. Support the Free Will Project and help me help us later.